Hello and welcome to Know Your Representative, the program that bridges the visible gap between lawmakers and their constituents. I am Maria Olashende. We'll take a short break and I'll be back soon. Stay with us. The task of the leaders is to get their people from where they are to where they've not been. How do we hold our leaders accountable in the business of lawmaking and representation?
The mandate that you have given to us is not abuse in any way.
The primary purpose of government is to ensure the welfare and security of the Nigerian people.
Constituency projects had noble intentions and they still remain the most veritable tool.
Do they really know their representatives at the states and national assemblies?
Our people, they don't have water, they are suffering. They only drink water from where rain fall.
For the current one, the 10th assembly, I don't really know who is in charge.
From the mountaintops to the deepest valleys, we're ready to go an extra mile just to show Nigerian your constituency project. Know your representative with Maria, bridging the visible gap. A better society requires a new generation of excellent public sector leaders. The youth must be motivated by positive role modeling and deliberate nurturing to impart to them the understanding of what it takes to serve in public offices, aspire to become lawmakers both in the state and national assemblies, the lurking challenges and the strategic frameworks for success and impact. The Legislative Mentorship Initiative is an initiative established by the former Speaker of the House of Representatives and Chief of Staff to the President, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. The program aims to cultivate a dynamic and well-trained legislative workforce equipped to navigate the complexities of governance and deliver effective representation to the Nigerian people. The goal is to train the future generation of lawmakers and ethical public servants who will improve the quality of public service delivery and promote a new era of good governance in Nigeria. On Saturday, September the 7th, 2024, Speaker of the 9th House of Representatives and Chief of Staff to the President, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila joined Professor Abubakar Olamiwaju Suleiman, Director General NILD's National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, at the graduation and conferment ceremony of the Legislative Mentorship Fellowship for the third cohort. In his remarks, Professor Suleiman Olamiwaju emphasized that the Legislative Mentorship Initiative would not only expand the pool of talented individuals participating in the program, but also offer greater opportunities for mentorship and personal development.
People like you are learning from the past, taking these lessons to heart, and finding ways to make things better. You carry with you the wisdom of those who came before you, and now you carry within you the prospects of shaping the future of those that will come after you. LMI has equipped you with the skills and capacity to transform challenges into opportunities. So be brave, be bold, be audacious. History is not made by those who sit on the sidelines in fear, but those who step into the front lines of the battle for the future of nations with courage, clarity, and competence. Remember, fear is a natural part of any journey, but it is how you respond to it that defines you. As the great Nelson Mandela wisely said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. You are that courageous generation, empowered to overcome the fears and obstacles that may come your way as you lead our nation into a brighter future. Now, second, always strive to do what is right. The path of public service is fraught with difficult decisions. There will be times when the easier, more convenient choice will tempt you, when pressures around you will push you towards compromise. But I urge you, listen to that inner voice within you that speaks of integrity and justice. Even when the road is hard, when doing the right thing comes at a personal cost, and when it seems you are standing alone, do what is right. You may stumble and you may err. That is part of being human. But if you remain true to our LMI values, you will build a legacy of which you can be proud. Hold these words close to your heart as you embark on your leadership journey. The time is always right to do what is right. Thirdly, remember that you are not alone. You are now part of a family, a growing family of now 169 fellows who carry with them not just the knowledge and skills for leadership, but the core values of LMI that will help you to lead and lead right. As you step into your roles as leaders, work together, support one another, counsel one another, challenge each other positively, stand together, fight for one another. When you have to cry, cry together, but also rise together and celebrate your individual and collective successes together. Know that you are not alone. When you need guidance, when the weight of responsibility feels heavy, reach out. We are here to support you, to lift you up, and to remind you of the strength and potential within you. LMI is not just a fellowship, it's a family. This family will always be here for you. Finally, as you leave here today, walk with your heads up high and your eyes shimmering with visions of the future that you will together create. Be confident, courageous, and committed to the purpose of transformational leadership, a cause to which you have committed ourselves as LMI. You have been equipped with the tools to make a difference, and now it is your turn and your time to act. You have a responsibility not just to yourselves, but to your communities, your country, and future generations. As our ambassadors, go forth and lead the LMI way, so that at the end of it all, we can proudly say together that we handed over to our children a banner without stain. The road ahead is yours to shape, and I could not be more proud to see you embark on this journey, nor more excited about the great things you will achieve. Lead and lead well. The future of our nation lies in your hands, and it is brighter because you are in it.
LMI has used its torch to light your candle. Go out and light the world. I also want to thank the visionary, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, former Speaker of the House of Representatives and the current Chief of Staff of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who had the foresight to begin a process which provides such an environment for young people who are desirous of proper training and education. This is divine wisdom, Your Excellency, as both the Bible and the Quran speak to the wisdom of ages when it states, we should train up the child in the way they should grow, so that when they are old, they will not depart therefrom. This process ensures that the cohorts get the right training, get the right mentorship, and form in their minds right leadership models, because there are many negative leadership models around us. You now have seen what is right, what is proper, what is just, and what is equitable. These are standards you must keep as you walk this journey. I want to congratulate the founder, my friend and brother, in a very special way, and those who continue in his stead to ensure that Africa has citadels of learning for the proper preparation of our leaders. We are creating the Africa of our dreams, and the best thing to do is to train and to teach and to mentor so they do not make mistakes. I'm very proud of you this afternoon. Excellencies, members of the third cohort of LMI, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to close by making a request on behalf of the ECOWAS region. Nigeria is the hub of the ECOWAS region. So when you get a cold, we all get a flu. But when you do something amazing and impactful, we hope that it will spread throughout our region, for this is indeed a life-transforming initiative. My request is that the founder and the leadership of LMI will expand its reach to include many, many, many more desirous of serving this great nation. I heard earlier that there were 5,000 applications, and those who made it, the top 50, have such an opportunity, you can imagine if we're able to do much more. And that recommendations be made so that this initiative becomes a flagship initiative of ECOWAS being led by Nigeria. This vision must spread across our region, and it must be made a part of the national legislative structures so it continues to provide an environment for our young people to learn, to grow, to soar, and to become. But my mother told me once that charity begins at home. And so, Your Excellency, I would ask in a special way that you take an opportunity to come and visit Liberia. We hope that this initiative can start at the country that is the first free democratic country on our continent, Liberia. And so we'll be sending you an invitation. I believe his vision is to ensure that the next generation has all of what it needs, ingrained in their psyche to produce servant leaders. I know you've learned about servant leadership. This is what you're endeavoring to be as we strive to build the Africa of our dreams.
As with the previous two cohorts, they have been immersed in a rigorous residential leadership boot camp. And when we say boot camp, we mean boot camp. Am I lying? Exactly. But with a clear mission born out of our founder's vision, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, whose vision was to nurture a competent, dynamic, and ethical generation of public sector leaders, the next generation of leaders, leaders who won't just participate in governance for what they can get, but leaders who will shape it, leaders who believe in the power of public service to transform lives, communities, and create a better future for posterity. And what a journey it has been. In the last 3 weeks, these fellows in training were exposed to rigorous and comprehensive training in every aspect of public sector leadership, apart from physical combat. They learned from some of the best minds in our country and internationally. In governance, they exchanged ideas during the mentorship sessions and participated in the first ever inter-fellowship workshop organized by LMI and the Frederick Ebert Sifton, Nigeria, which I see they definitely enjoyed that, which brought together for the very first time 120 fellows from 6 leadership programs from across the country, namely the Open Minds Young Voices by the Frederick Ebert Sifton, the Abuja World Economic Global Shapers, the Mandela Washington Fellowship, and the Kashim Ibrahim Fellowship, as well as the Policy and Legal Advocacy Fellowship called PLAC. This is the first time this has happened in history. This, ladies and gentlemen, shows that at LMI, we do not walk alone, but we walk together. For it is in the unity of our people and our fellows that we shall prevail. Not in conflict, nor competition, but in cohesion and complementarity. As you forge ahead, remember the 5 foundational pillars of public service that I taught you, and that you also see embodied in our leader, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and of course Professor Suleiman. What are they? Decency, diligence, discipline, dialogue, and democracy. I urge you to remember, leadership is not only about standing at the front, it's about lighting the path for others to follow. Each of you have a responsibility to mentor, support, and uplift those who will come after you. As you move forward, commit to lighting other candles, knowing that the more candles you light, the brighter the world will become.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, the LMI is not just about learning, it's about doing. That is why our fellows in training also engaged in community service, because leadership is rooted in service. In giving back, because they have already begun to demonstrate the ethos of this initiative. Leadership that listens, leadership that serves, leadership that uplifts. Now let me tell you something that fills me with incredible pride. The progress of this cohort has been nothing short of remarkable. When the fellows arrived on day one, they came in with passion, energy, and excitement. They were ready to absorb and engage. Now, over the last 3 weeks, something amazing has happened. They haven't just learned, instead, they have blossomed. Some fellows have found their voice, stepping into their comfort zones to engage with mentors and peers. Others have developed new perspective on their career paths. They have learned that networking is now their network, and they embrace the idea that true leadership is about building bridges. This is not just progress. It is not just in the sense this is progress. This is progress, not just in the sense of completing the fellowship, but in the sense of evolving as leaders. I am proud to say that in 3 weeks, these fellows in training have not just grown as individuals, but have become a collective force. I'm reminded of a quote by Franklin Roosevelt that said, "We cannot always build a future for our youth, but we can build our youth for a future." This is exactly what the LMI has done and what the LMI will continue to do. But the real impact of LMI cannot be measured by certificates or job offers. It is the relationships that have been forged there. It is in the way they've challenged themselves and uplifted each other. It's in the way they now see themselves not just as participants in Nigeria's story, but as authors in its next chapter. It is in the ever-inquisitive Oluwa Damilola Agbaje from Ekiti State, already poised to make waves in the legislature. It is in Al Amir Sulaiman, our adept party leader, showcasing a remarkable potential for partisan politics. It is in Aminat Tatar Ali, the passionate lawyer who doubles as a style icon. It is in Joshua Dada from Kwara State, who has transitioned from someone in public sector to someone that is capable and passionate about picking up his car to run for office. It is in Salome, whose dedication to art and education is nothing short of inspiring. Is it Habibat, the visionary that is set to revolutionize the agricultural sector? Kudira from Yarima, whose kindness is matched only by her profound wisdom? Is it Mohammed, our tech guru, always ready to innovate? Eloka and Adebo, that have shown us that there are truly no limitations to anything that you are given in life. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, and all of the leadership that has shown us and embodied the essence of leadership and service. And every single one of you that has given us a true hope for Nigeria and have shown us that leadership is something that you are ready to embody and take up the mantle.
Today, as you walk out, I want to tell you, it's really great that you're graduating, but you have a huge responsibility. What you have been able to gather here is you have been able to get the tools that will prepare you not only to go out and work for Nigeria, but to ensure that Nigeria continues to succeed. You, young men and women, are the architects of tomorrow's world. It is your dreams and efforts that will power the journey of not only Nigeria, the journey of Africa, the journey of the every single black man all across the globe. In your heart lies the potential of greatness. The fact that you even subscribed yourself to such an initiative shows me and shows everyone here that you really have the capacity and the intention to contribute in a way that will really continue to make this world and make Nigeria even greater. The future belongs to you and to those who dare to dream beyond these boundaries, and that's each and every one of you. You will change Nigeria, you will change Africa, and you will change the world.
And this sense of honor that I stand before you today, I stand here with a heart brimming with gratitude and humility as I reflect on the remarkable journey we have experienced. What began as an opportunity has now blossomed into a transformative experience that has reshaped how we build leadership, service, and our role in shaping the future of our country. As we reach the conclusion of this fellowship, I would like to indulge you to please reaffirm the words of Kofi Annan, which says, "The greatest gift you can give to young people is not just to teach them what to think, but how to think, how to live, and how to serve." When we began with this journey, We were just 50 young Nigerians from diverse backgrounds, united by our shared passion for governance, public service, and the future of our country. But as I stand here today, I realize we are living as so much more than that. We have grown into a family, a collective individuals who have lived, learned, and been transformed together by this incredible fellowship. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a transformative journey. As I stand today, I'm reminded by the visionaries who believed in us even before we believed in ourselves. The founder of this fellowship, our visionary Right Honorable Femi Gbajamiamila, the Director General of National Institute of Legislative and Democratic Studies, Professor Abubakar O. Suleiman, our Chairman, Planning and Advisory Committee, our visionary and inspirational icon, Mr. Dapo Oyewole, our very own Ms. Chimdi, Vice Chairman, Planning and Advisory Committee, our V8 engine, our Director, Ms. Shalope Sonuga. The tireless work that this team has put to ensure the success of this fellowship can never be explained with words.
Legislative Mentorship Initiative is building an ecosystem to prepare a new generation of public sector leaders. The mission is to develop the next generation of legislators and ethical public sector leaders that are well equipped with responsive leadership skills, knowledge, and expertise to enhance public service delivery and foster national cohesion.
I think my speech was to set a pace, for other leaders in this country, that whatever God has done for you and whatever God has done for you through the country, you must make sure that you impact on the younger ones. We have major, defect in this country, and that is leadership. The only deficiency we have is how to get right set of leadership. And now you have a man who has risen to be a member of the House of Rep, to be Speaker of this country, House of Rep, to Chief of Staff, and now ploughing back into the society, by enhancing the capacity of the younger ones. And such a person needs to be commended. I think my speech is all about the man, as I said, the pace, the exemplary character in the man, Gbajamiamila, the Chief of Staff to the President, and while the younger ones, the fellows that today are graduating, should follow that footstep. And perhaps to remind Nigerians again that yes, what we believe we are lacking from what he is doing today, I think our future is bright. If government key into this initiative by giving us funding, this is a policy, a program domiciled underneath now, a government institution. If they can, key into it, give us the necessary funding, get support from corporate organization, we can take 1,000, fellows in a year, and we can even make it a biannual program. So I want to appeal to Nigeria at this juncture. People that God has blessed, has endowed with resources. This is the kind of investment we have to do. This is the kind of shares we have to really put our money into. We need to take care of the younger ones. We shall be digging our grave if we abandon the younger ones to all these vices, all these kidnappings, all this banditry. They will not go into all these vices if they are well, engaged, if they are well tutored, if they are well schooled, if they are well trained. And this is what this LMI is all about. So I want to appeal to everybody, including myself, that we need to do something about it. We need to upscale it. We need to put our money, we need to put our resources, we need to put our time, to eat to this program. We can't just afford to take just 50 or 100 in a year. We need to take about 1,000. Let us scale it up the way we do for NYSCs. But just setting the pace. Nigeria must get into that pace. And with that, the future will be bright.
The task of the leaders is to get their people from where they are to where they've not been. How do we hold our leaders accountable in the business of lawmaking and representation?
The mandate that you have given to us is not abuse in any way.
The primary purpose of government is to ensure the welfare and security of the Nigerian people.
Constituency projects had noble intentions, and they still remain the most veritable tool.
Do they really know their representatives at the states and national assemblies?
Our people, they don't have water, they are suffering. They only drink water from where rain fall.
For the current one, the 10th assembly, I don't really know who is in charge.
From the mountaintops to the deepest valleys, we're ready to go an extra mile just to show Nigerian your constituency project. Know your representative with Maria, bridging the visible gap. Thank you for being a part of the program today. Join us same time next week for another interesting edition of the program. For missed episodes, you can catch up on our YouTube page, My Base TV. Thanks for watching. I am Maria Olashende. God bless you and God bless Nigeria.